Coach, you said last week that no one's really stopped the triple option throughout since it's been really popularized in college football. What's your game plan been about this week to try and limit it?
Well, you have to be great with your assignment, great with your job, and that's everybody together doing their job is the key to stopping the triple option.
Mike, can you still tell that Kuzmas is still kind of learning rapidly how to play this game?
Oh, he's getting better quick. He does a lot of good things. He's going to be a really good player.
What's the main thing he's got going for him at this juncture?
Quick first step, very intense, plays with good pad level and generally does. That's one of the hardest things to get. But he generally does, and then the other thing is I think he's pretty good with his hands.
There's maybe this perception that you guys haven't been recruiting in the state of Washington as much, just kind of based on the number of guys that you've signed. Can you kind of speak to that? And I think that's mainly coming from fans and whatnot, but have you guys still been recruiting in Washington as strongly as before, you think? Or
We just try to figure out the best players and get them, and that's coupled with who has an interest in us, and then from there we just prioritize the best ones. It's not specifically Washington, but that's where we start. We have and we saturate Washington, but if we find a better player that we get on board somewhere else, we'll take him.
Is it more difficult to maybe find skilled players? I know you guys have a lot of linemen that have come from Washington, but are there maybe less skilled players that you guys can find than in states like California, Texas, Florida?
Well, those states have more people. They have more people and really good football. But yeah, we've had a lot of linemen from Washington, and Washington produced a lot of good linemen.
Do you think Jaden will be able to come in and compete? Do you think he'll have the reps to be able to compete for the job next year? Or being a true freshman starter just kind of too difficult within the offense you guys have? And maybe the quarterbacks need a few years to learn it.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how far along he is when he gets here. He's throwing a lot of balls, though, so that should help him.
Have you been following the Donald Trump impeachment news lately, or have you had time to really read about that?
I haven't followed it too closely, but it's clearly political. I mean, that doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And I'm yet to hear what he did wrong. So, you got to have a crime, I would think.
So you don't think he'll be impeached? I still
Well, that's a foregone conclusion. He won't be. All right, go ahead.
With that disciplined approach to stopping Air Force, how much have you been focusing on making sure they don't hit you with a couple play action passes once they suck you in with that triple option?
Well, you just got to do your job, have your eyes in the right place. That's the biggest thing. Be disciplined with your job because they make you account for the whole field and distribution. So, everybody's got to be in the right position.